Wednesday, 15 July 2026. 3 Asia-Pacific AI stories before your first coffee. Tokyo's Diet enacted a revision to Japan's privacy law on 10 July, allowing companies to use personal data, including sensitive categories such as criminal records, race, and medical history, for AI training and statistical analysis without obtaining individual consent. The bill passed over objections from 4 parties, including coalition partner Komeito, and is expected to take effect around 2028. Japan's move runs directly counter to the consent frameworks in the EU and China, sharpening an Asia-Pacific trend toward loosening data access rules to accelerate domestic AI development. Why it matters? This gives Japanese firms and any company processing data under Japanese jurisdiction a materially larger training corpus than competitors bound by GDPR or China's PIPL consent requirements. Builders working with healthcare, fintech, or criminal justice datasets in Japan can now architect pipelines around opt-out rather than opt-in, which collapses a compliance step that has historically added months to model development cycles. Capital allocators should watch whether this triggers a data arbitrage play, with global labs routing training workloads through Japanese subsidiaries to access sensitive category data legally. The second order effect worth tracking is whether South Korea or Southeast Asian regulators follow Tokyo's lead or tighten their own frameworks in response, creating a widening regulatory gap across the region. So Seoul has opened bidding for AI for All, a program that will give every South Korean citizen a free, unlimited AI assistant built primarily on domestic models. The Ministry of Science and ICT published the tender on 13 July 2026, inviting consortia to compete for 2 or 3 slots, with the state supplying 512 NVIDIA B200 GPUs to each winner and a public beta targeted for late September. At least half of each system must run on certified Korean language models, effectively tying universal free access to a sovereign AI mandate. Why it matters? This is the first national government to commit public funds to providing a general-purpose AI assistant to its entire population at zero cost, with funding locked through 2028. Domestic model builders like Neve or LG AI Research get a guaranteed distribution channel and compute subsidy, which reshapes the competitive calculus for any foreign lab eyeing the Korean market. A second tier of the service goes further, a proactive agent that identifies government benefits a citizen qualifies for and files the paperwork automatically, turning the assistant into a welfare delivery mechanism. Capital allocators should watch whether other Asian governments, particularly Japan and Singapore, treat this as a template for their own sovereign AI access programs. The second order effect worth tracking is whether mandated domestic model quotas become a soft trade barrier that fragments the region's AI stack along national lines. Now, ByteDance released Seadream 5.0 Pro on 8 July, a professional image generation model built for studios and agencies rather than casual consumers. The model can decompose images into editable layers and render on-image text in more than 10 languages, including Arabic with correct right-to-left layout. It launched alongside the Seadance 2.5 video model and a new audio model, giving ByteDance an end-to-end creative AI toolkit that spans still image, motion, and sound from a single vendor. Why it matters? This shifts China's creative AI stack from viral consumer demos to production-grade tooling that competes directly with Adobe and Canva workflows. Design studios and agencies across Asia-Pacific now have a fully integrated alternative that handles multilingual text rendering out of the box, a capability Western tools still struggle with for CJK and RTL scripts. The timing is notable. Rival Kuaishou is reportedly raising a roughly $3 billion round for its clone video model, confirming that capital is flooding into China's creative AI layer at a pace that will compress pricing for downstream users. The second order effect to track is whether Southeast Asian creative agencies, already cost-sensitive, begin defaulting to Chinese creative AI pipelines over Western incumbents, reshaping vendor lock-in across the region's marketing and media supply chain. That is your AI in Asia briefing for today. Stay sharp, build well, see you tomorrow.